No one on this platform is actually here to help you. Hey there everyone, I am DoodleMan149, and in case you didn't know, I'm trying to make it big on YouTube, as I likely suspect some of you are as well. As such, I assume you're like me and you subscribe to all those YouTube self-help channels, or maybe you use vidIQ to help with your analytics and SEO and all that. You might even follow them on Twitter, as I do, and if that's the case, then you've likely seen these kinds of posts, showing us how people get growth in a month that we have never seen in our years on the platform and will likely never see. Indulge me a moment as I go into why these types of posts and self-help YouTube channels don't actually care. Let's hop into this. And just a quick heads up, this won't be a super visual video, so feel free to listen to it more like a podcast while you're working out, driving, or whatever. So you want to be a YouTuber, eh? Yeah, that's easy enough. Just look how quickly Hop Along Jimmy over there grew. You'll surely grow like that too. Just subscribe to my channel and sign up for my coaching course. Just trust me, it'll all be worth it. Yeah, so that's essentially what these channels are doing. They're dangling the success of the 1% of lucky people who grow overnight without any rhyme or reason, using that highly unlikely outcome as a reason to trust what they say and listen to their generic boilerplate advice. But let's be honest here, folks, we are not those guys. We aren't the people who reach 1,000 subs in the first 2 months on YouTube. We're not the people who are essentially unemployed and alone who can dedicate every single waking hour to grinding for internet fame. We are real people. We have jobs, families, lives outside of YouTube, but that doesn't mean the talent we exhibit from our little corners of the internet should go unrecognized. So what do I think of these self-help channels? Well, there was a while there where I tried to follow these channels religiously. I tried to fix everything on my channel with all their suggestions, and despite all my efforts, nothing seemed to work. So naturally, I became disillusioned with them and have remained that way ever since. It also gave me great amounts of self-doubt, which I still have today. To continue this negative feeling, the few self-help things I decided to keep my subscription for or follow on Twitter continue to post the bullshit that I mentioned earlier. It's never too late to start. Look at me as I achieve next to impossible feats in a ridiculous time frame. Yeah, sure, buddy. Now, I'm not saying you can't achieve these goals in this crazy time frame. I don't know you, of course. But I do know what it means to be an average person on this platform. You can have some stellar content. You can put your heart and soul into your work. You can have plenty of people with no ties to you tell you that your content is great. And unless YouTube decides to push it, arbitrarily it seems, then you will labor in obscurity for quite some time. Just as I have, as countless others have as well. Now, yes, at the time of me writing this, I do have a decent following, over 2,000 subscribers right now, but those numbers are still peanuts in the grand scheme of things, and I've been at this for near a decade now. Overall, time invested versus reward earned has been in the red for a very long time, and if I'm being honest with myself, it will likely stay that way. While I have accepted that, I cannot accept these channels essentially lying to you and I, the average YouTuber. Unfortunately, this next part is not going to be nice or positive. In the reality of the internet, we will more than likely never gain the recognition we and some others believe we deserve. Belief in quality and having that quality noticed by others are not exactly linked to each other. If you just want to do YouTube as a hobby and maybe earn some side money, incredibly small amounts of money I might add, then you know what? You've won. You're one of the group that actually wins at YouTube. For the rest of us who want to make something of ourselves on here and gain some recognition for our efforts, we are more than likely to fail. We will lose this game of YouTube. Now, admittedly, there are thousands of YouTube creators out there who are making a living on the site and thousands more that make good side money. But if you didn't know, there are roughly 38 million active YouTube channels. From that, there's a little over 520,000 who have 100,000 subscribers. That means there are over 37 million channels below that. Now, what about some smaller numbers? Well, 90% of YouTube channels never reach 10,000 subscribers. Less than 6% of YouTube channels are monetized in the YouTube Partner Program, meaning that 94% of them don't even have 1,000 subs. And 88% or more of the videos on YouTube have less than 1,000 views. We, dear viewer, fall into those vast numbers. We float amongst a sea of obscure, rarely discovered channels. So to see posts about someone getting partnered in 2 months, that's bullshit. It's not gonna happen. Now, I would like to apologize if those stats hurt anyone's feelings, but I'm just trying to be honest with you here, which is something most channels out there will not be. All that doom and gloom being said, I do not think you should give up on it if you are trying. The only true way to be defeated on YouTube is to give up and give in to that defeat, to accept your failure. Stand in defiance of these statistics. Stand against the naysayers in your head that tell you to not even bother. Because as I said earlier, the talents we all possess should not be relegated to the sidelines or the dark corners of the internet. Put in the work and maybe, just maybe, you'll grow. Not only as a YouTuber, but perhaps as a person as well. If you try your hardest and hone your craft, you may not make it on YouTube, I'll be honest. but at least you will improve your work ethic as a person. And so, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm sure this was way out of the ordinary for what I usually post, but I do hope it was beneficial to at least some of you. Surely this video will garner some hate from some people out there who are toxically positive, but I am just telling it like it is. Do not listen to those self-help channels. It's right there in their genre. They're looking to help themselves. By appealing to everyone's desire for success, they simply build their own while gaslighting their fans into thinking success is just that easy. Some of them do have decent things to say, but none will tell it to you straight. And for the love of our Lord in heaven, do not pay for any of their coaching services. They will bleed you dry and you'll likely never regain what you spent on them. Stay safe out there, folks. I believe in you, even if I don't always believe in myself. We won't all make it, but we'll all be better off for having tried. That I can guarantee. So with that, I've been Doodleman149. You have been awesome. Please never forget that, and I will see you later.